All right, so let's go ahead and start here. All right, I'm Kelsey Jones, and I'm going to be doing a presentation on my classroom environment for my future as an educator. Starting off with wall decor, let's see. I collected here just a rough outline of broad anchor charts that I would like to have in my classroom that I think are important. Something as simple as classroom rules. I know that for classroom rules to be effective, they must be short and sweet. Um, so this is what is pictured here. The next is group work. In my classroom, I feel as if collaboration is very important, and sometimes, actually most times, students learn more from collaboration. So group work is going to play a factor in my classroom, so we need some outline there. Let's see. There's some writing strategies. So I included a writing strategy anchor chart, as well as a number line, so math and English with writing, making sure the students have resources to look around the classroom, um, in case they need some extra help there. How you're feeling today goes a long way. Just asking students symbolizes and portrays to the students that you are actually a person, you care about their feelings. And I mean, you can learn a lot about students by just simply asking them how they're feeling. Um, it can get them into a better mood, or if they're not in a good mood, it can get them to talk about what's going on and um, open that door for student connections, student relationships. All right, so because I am planning on working in an RSP classroom with special needs students, some of them are nonverbal, and from my experiences, some of the students pick up on sign language, and just eliminating that whole verbal part. And maybe they're not comfortable talking, or they have a speech delay, or something that they're just more comfortable with sign language. And um, I mean, I'm not fluent in sign language, but I do know like the basics, I guess, with the alphabet and some basic hand signals. Um, and then moving along to back here, the student work wall, I feel, is very important to represent students. It is their classroom after all, so I feel like having room for their work, for their artwork, for their projects, um, can make the whole classroom environment more inclusive to every one of your students, every one of my students. All right, moving on. Themes. So, oh goodness. I know that as Clovis Unified, as a future Clovis Unified teacher, sometimes there's a broad overarching theme. I know one year it was superheroes. I think it was last year or the year before. So I might take inspiration from that. Um, However, my theme of my classroom is going to change every year. I am human after all, and I will get tired of looking at the same um, shark hanging on the wall if my theme happens to be oceans. So I'm sure to change that up and have some variation. I do love being creative, so the teacher center is something I look forward to using. All right. Moving on, flexible seating within my classroom, of course. Um, Working with children with special needs, flexible seating is very important. It is very simple. It can be a very simple change. Um, Something as common as yoga balls or even pillows on the floor if resources aren't there. They have these special little like half balloons you can almost have the students sit on. which those are very versatile. You can put them in just classroom chairs and set them down. Um, Beanbag chairs, these little swivel chairs over here, just something to keep their feet busy. There's also, not pictured, but I just want to talk about like variations just on the basic classroom chairs, rubber bands around the legs so the kids have something to put their feet on, play around with their feet so they're doing something with their feet so they can focus with their head. Um, I've seen variations with tennis balls cut in half and glued onto these chairs, just for the texture feeling, different sensory um, sensory things going on over there. So learning is more. Um, all right, moving on. Let's see, my classroom map. So this is very rough drawing. I don't know if I will have closet doors. I don't know where the door will be. It might be in the center of the room, or not the center of the room, but the center of the main wall. I don't know where the whiteboards are going to be, so I'll sort of uh, take into account that this is very flexible, but I feel as if every classroom I've been in, the most successful classrooms have stations, um, especially with students with special needs. Each one of their needs is independent among itself, and so it's hard to sort of teach to a whole. And so I pulled this sort of graph off of the autismhelper.com website. So it wasn't all my idea, but I do feel as if it is beneficial and relevant to my classroom and what I want. Um, I know as teachers, we sort of don't like to reinvent the wheel. So if there's something out there that is relevant that we can use, we snatch it up and borrow when we can. So lots of tables, not really independent desks, some on themselves, only the desks. The only single desk would be in the direct instruction area, and there's still that group over here. There's a timeout, not timeout, we don't call it timeout, but a break. Sometimes, even I need a break. So there's a break area, lots of storage. Um, the one-on-one student work has desks here, is students that like to work independently, for independent work, with different things there. There's stations set up, so the aides run station, and they're sporadic. So what I like about this map is there's an aid run station here, and then across the classroom there's an aid run station here, and I can only assume that the teacher is somewhere over here, the computer area and or the direct instruction area over here. So we do have visibility and eyes around the classroom and not just in one area, and I feel like that's an important part of the classroom. I think it's cute how they have a little kitchen area over here with the fridge and the microwave. I mean, as RSP teacher, I know from just observing my RSP teacher, she basically lives in her classroom from different meetings and things like that. So um, I talk as if I'm already one, but I look forward to being able to have the ability to relax in my classroom because I'm going to spend so much time in there. Tying back to the reason why I need to change my theme every year. And moving on. So colors. I guess this should have moved to the theme, but certain colors, I wanted to talk about the colors I want to choose to include in my classroom. Every color symbolizes a different emotion. It brings out different um, hidden meanings. Um, Yellow is a happy color, purple is a royal color, blue is a calming color. So maybe going back to the map that we just talked about, maybe that independent or one-on-one or even the break section of the classroom can have more hints of the blue and the calming colors, whereas maybe the direct instruction can have bright colors because the students may have to sit there for an extended amount of time. So the bright colors energize and help the students focus. Um, and talking about classrooms, I feel as if it is important to um, limit the decorations within the classroom. And let's go back. Um, this map is very busy. However, to me, I picture the height of all of these things varying, so it makes the room seem more open. For example, what I mean by that is these shelves over here are not going to be super tall. They're going to be lower to the ground. So you're able to see from one end of the classroom to the other end because, I mean, these are tables, so they're not going to be very tall and they won't block the view from across the classroom at any point. Um, and because I know sensory overload is definitely a thing with my own self, as well as I've witnessed it with some of my past students. Um, so it's important to find that happy medium of decoration in your classroom, and then something I very much look forward to.